Hello, I'm going to show in this video how you can talk to your database using natural language. Up until now, you usually use AI to talk to your documents, but right now, I'll show you how you can talk to your data, to a spreadsheet or a database. So let us start. Let's import the necessary packages. And the two major things here you can see are Azure Chat OpenAI, which obviously is a Microsoft implementation of OpenAI, and LangChain, which is a glue that connects different parts. So I already imported it. I can do it again. It's as true in the sense that it found all the keys. Now we're going to use the data that we used elsewhere, and that's just a rectangular table. There you are, we read it. But that table, which we imported as a PD, pandas data frame, we are going to put it into a SQL database. For the ease of use, we'll just use the SQLite, so that it will be a real database, but here in the lab it is not set up in any special way, and then immediately ask it some questions. For examples, I can ask, okay, how many rows do I have? Okay, it says, I know, I can use an easy way to do it. And the shape of your data frame is exactly it. Let's go and ask some more interesting questions. So we're going to talk to you, but keep in mind all these instructions. Let's look at that. First of all, create a syntactical correct query in SQL. Next, the user will specify a number of examples they wish to obtain. So always limit your query to top K results. What's top K? I'll tell you later. You can order the results by a relevant column. You also must double check your query. If there are any errors, rewrite your query. Now that pretty much reminds you what happens if you have a person doing that and you give all the instructions. Exactly that. You give all the instructions, and we can also say, do not change the data. Don't make any DML statements. Do not make up an answer. That's because it's known to hallucinate. So we're saying don't hallucinate. Don't make things up that will look real, won't be real. And give me an explanation of why you think so. Well, I think that's quite amazing. Let's run the next cell here. And with that, we're ready to show me what the results will be. So now that you have all the instructions, look at the question. How many patients were hospitalized during October 2020 in New York and also nationwide as the total of all states? And a hint to you, use the hospitalized increase column. Well, you have to be pretty smart to do that, but it will do it. So all I gave is for connections. You see, I create a SQL agent. Obviously, that's a function that talks to the database using natural language, and that is how we execute it. So as it is executing, it is going to do a few things, and all these things it will explain, comment on them. Let's see. The first thing, it says, okay, I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm executing the query, and I know I need to answer your question. I need to use the names of the tables, so I find the names of the tables. SQL list tables, that's what I use. I see the tables, that's my input. I also see some of the data, it says, and then it guesses the table all state history contains this column that you mentioned. So I know that's exactly the one I need to use. But you told me I need to check the SQL, so here I am. I'm checking the SQL to verify that the statement is correct, right? Now I'm ready to query. I'm asking, and now let's read this SQL query. That is pretty complex. You have to be reasonably knowledgeable in SQL, and it's doing it all for us through its AI, through the ChatGPT, because that's what obviously we're using. So we're checking it, and if it doesn't pass, we will change the query. But it passed. We found the answer, and the answer was, during October 2020, there were no reported increase in hospitalization in New York, but nationwide, there was a total increase of 53,485 hospitalized patients. Now, all you need to do is use your use cases, and these use cases are teaming in my head. So, see you next time.